In my previous video, I showed you how basic embeddings work. In this video, we're building on that and introducing basic RAG, short for Retrieval-Augmented Generation. Embeddings help you find the right information, and RAG uses that information to generate a human-readable answer. RAG sounds complicated, but it's really just 3 steps: retrieve, augment, generate. Before we look at the code, let's quickly understand why people even use RAG. Think of RAG like giving an AI an open book test. The AI doesn't memorize everything. Instead, it looks up the correct information in the book and then generates an answer. The goal for this video is simple. Build a tiny RAG script that takes a few short sentences, then finds the most relevant sentences for a question, and then uses those sentences to generate an answer. Before I run the Python script, I want to show you 3 things in the code. RAG uses 2 model roles, one for embeddings to find the relevant context and one for text generation to craft the final answer. These are the 2 models I've selected: Amazon Titan Embed Text for embeddings and Amazon Nova Micro for text generation. Here's my little data set, just 5 sentences. I'm keeping them short and simple to help you see what's happening. And then this is the question we pass to the model. What does the wizard study? Now let's run the script. Notice that the system retrieved 2 sentences that mention the wizard, but only one actually answers the question, what does the wizard study? And the correct answer is, the wizard studies cloud patterns. Let's try a different question. What does the library contain? I'll run the script. And here we see 2 useful sentences that mention library, and RAG combines both facts into one answer, which is, the library contains magical books and ancient maps. Let's try another question. Is the library big or small? I'll run the script. And here's the response. It says, I don't know. The context does not provide information about the size of the library. Notice what happened here. The system retrieved information about what's in the library, but nothing about its size. Since that information wasn't in the context, the model didn't guess. Instead, it said, I don't know. That's exactly what we want. RAG helps reduce hallucinations by answering only when the context supports it, instead of confidently making something up. Now let's look at each step of the RAG. This is the retrieve step. The script compares the meaning of the question to every sentence using what's called cosine-similarity, basically a way to measure which sentences feel most related in meaning. After sorting, we keep the top 2 matches. For example, when I asked what the library contains, the top results were, the library contains ancient maps and the library is full of magical books. That's what gets fed into the next step. This is the augment step. Now I take the retrieved sentences and format them as context. This is what we pass into the model so it has the right information to work with. Finally, this is the generate step. I send the context and the question to the text model. The model reads the context like notes, and if it finds relevant information that answers a question, it writes a clear, human-readable answer. If the context doesn't contain the answer, or if nothing relevant was found, the model simply says, I don't know. That's how we make sure it stays honest instead of guessing. And that's RAG at the smallest possible scale. The steps never change. Retrieve, augment, generate. Once you understand this flow, you can make it scale all the way up, from answering questions about documents to building smarter chatbots. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.